2025 was one of the roughest years of Yu-Gi-Oh! Going from a dominant Snake Eye format at the end of 2024, where it got creeped out and hit to oblivion with the original Sinful Spoil ban, to the crossover Breaker Supreme Darkness format with Malice, Mitsurugi Ryziel Pure, and many other decks, and then we got to see how the format evolved into things like Alliance Insight and up into Duelist Advance with Justice Hunters, adding things like Draco Tail, the new Ignister cards, many staples that were added to the game, even Yummy and K9 as well, bringing back decks like Crystron into the forefront and even Vanquish Soul as well, keep them around. We even saw piled decks from Mitsurugi Yummy and just many other decks take the spotlight from this year, but I definitely think 2026 is going to be extremely promising because the first thing that we're getting is going to be the Chronicle deck Spirit Charmer, and this is going to be January 21st of next year, and this is going to be an interesting deck for the players who really love Charmers and also just other things for generic spellcaster decks. The fusion and the new spell card are actually very good in the pile deck, and we could see that there's some really impactful reprints here, with Lord of the Heavenly Sky Prison getting another reprint. M City, The Glory of Horus, is finally getting its accessible reprint, which I've been asking for quite some time, to even cross promotion like Fairy Tale Luna and the Spellbook cards. And we also see King Sark and even Silhouette Rabbit and the suite with the four elemental charmers, Celine, and Access Code. So a lot of staples are going to be more accessible, especially with the Chronicle deck, the Fallen and the Virtuous, and Legendary 5Ds decks. So that's a lot already off to the bat, where the game has gotten cheaper, while Konami is going to be introducing new staples going forward. Next up, we also have the release of Burst Protocol. That's going to be a couple weeks later, and this is going to be a very important set for a lot of these spellcaster players and even Draco Tail players, because in the TCG side of things, we have the importation of Spenta, the Magistus Sealer, and Invoked Magistus Omega, which definitely gives a boost to the Magistus engine. Plus, we're going to have more cards later down the line to help out this whole entire strategy. And even then, in Burst Protocol, we see new rocket support, which honestly I've seen a lot of players really enjoy, but we're still probably missing one or two cards. The new Dark Lord support, which makes things like Archlord Christia and the Light Barrier statue more relevant, and the brand new quick play spell Forbidden Crown, which is honestly a really powerful card. And it has been picking up some play in the OCG, and I cannot wait to see how it will affect the TCG. And also, we still don't know the new TCG theme all that much outside its Scientists with Dinosaurs. And this card right here, the Mercurium the Living Quicksilver, which is a new rank 10 Exceed monster. And really, we've seen a lot with Burst Protocol already thanks to Japan, and it's very nice to think about it because if we look at the set spreadsheet, a lot of players are going after the Albaz cards and the Elven Notes cards because they seem really popular among OCG duelists, where the the implementation of the branded cards with the Dragon of White and the Ecclesia of the Black Dragon, those two are really important cards going into the future for the Albaz strategy, for the whole entire branded deck itself, along with Exorcister popping up here and there, and even the new K9 Exceed monster, which is a very nice tech. We also have so much more, like First Penguin, a very prominent card that any water deck could use because it just allows you to really access anything. And that's completely great, especially for decks like Mermail Lantean and even Ice Barrier. And outside of that, even though Burst Protocol is lacking a little bit, there are imports that make it up. Then we also have the release after that being the next Maze set, Maze of Murotos. This is a huge import set with nearly 60 imports, and it's crazy to think about because you have new Call of the Haunted support that's going to be very interesting to see, especially off the pattern from having the Odeon deck being really good, and I cannot wait to see what this set has to offer for the rest of those cards. And there's plenty of good imports in this set, like the new Dark Magician stuff that allows many decks to use Red Eye's Dark Dragoon, even though it's not prominent right now. You also have things like Drawbread for Sky Striker and Illusion Gate, which is a very powerful board wipe against the opponent that allows you to reborn a monster from their graveyard. Outside of that, there's also more imports like the new Epsilon, the Magnet Warrior plus minus, I think it is, to help with the Burst Protocol cards, along with the new Masked Hero cards, which honestly is really useful. And honestly, this is one of the sets I'm really excited for because I always loved Pump King of the Ghost and Call of the Haunted. So seeing a deck for it is actually great. We also get access to the new Water Dragon Light and the new Armed Dragon level 3 retrain. And it's really good seeing that Konami is speeding up some of the import process, which really needed to happen. Then after this set, it's surprising. 3 weeks later, we get one of the best products of next year being the legendary modern decks. And this has Mitsurugi, the new X Saber cards, and even the Sky Striker cards, which have been highly anticipated since 2023. And even then, the X Saber cards, sure, it's niche, but a lot of players really want to pick up the cards for past formats because it's perfect for reprints for the Edison format. And after that, even though Mitsurugi's in here and they're highlighting two of the rituals and Aramasa, I could definitely say that this is going to be one of the prominent strategies going into the national season. And sure, they could hit it in some way, shape, or form, like maybe a Great Purification ban or even a Prayers limit. But really, I definitely think that this is one of the better decks in, or one of the better products for next year, on top of which could have reprints to very specific staples like we saw in the first legendary decks from last year because it gave you so much. And I'm still on my theory that all the Dominus cards are going to be in this. And even after that, they recently announced Rarity Collection 5. This is going to be a massive reprint set that is really needed, and it has plenty of stamped cards as we saw time and time again. And we have all the whole list of stamped cards, which is crazy. I've been seeing a lot of players having fun opening up these packs to see what stamped arts they get, and yet seeing the reactions of them reading what the messages say is absolutely brilliant. Sadly, it's not going to get translated over here, but it's going to definitely be interesting. But my one worry is Maxi. It is in here, but it's going to have its own slot, so it could be like the nostalgia section of the past few rarity collections. And even then, they revealed 10 new ones, which honestly are cards that a lot of players would really love to see, like Infinite Impermanence and Foolish Burial, Nightmare Apprentice, and even Ghost Ogre, Snow Rabbit, and D-Shifter. So there's plenty of options in this product for players who really want to have something different in their deck, which honestly I really do like. And finally, after that, with Rarity Collection itself, they straight up announced Kashtira Fenrir, Chaos Angel, your combined creation, which has been hitting like $10, $15, $20, and even Umbral Horror Masquerade. All cards that many players really want to get their hands on, and it's finally time for us to get these reprinted. So next year is going to be extremely cheap for Yu-Gi-Oh! But my thing is, we also have staples that are getting added to the format from Burst Protocol because of Forbidden Crown. And they even stated for Blazing Dominion, there's going to be more cards that are going to be meta impactful in it. And so far, we only have 20 cards, which is so insane. 20 out of 80 cards, that's what, a fourth of the set done? And there's still more to come, especially with this weekend, I think it is, being Jump Festa. So they're probably going to be revealing more. And they're going to be revealing more on the limited or limit overpack hero and villains because, well, it has the new overframe cards, and it's going to be great seeing what they could do. And there could be possibly more coming to the TCG, especially with more pricing, as honestly some of the pricing on the lower levels do need changing, especially in the regional form. But we're going to have to wait and see on what Konami does on that, because overall 2026 is going to be actually really nice, and I definitely hope for the future of the game that it's going to get better. And just off of all of this that we've seen so far, I could definitely say Yu-Gi-Oh is going to be in a better spot. Players ask for cheaper cards, Konami's doing it. And it's crazy to think that within 4 reprint sets, or 3, they lowered the price point of literally just staples in general. And I cannot wait to see how the future holds for this game. But tell me your thoughts on the current situation in Yu-Gi-Oh, where players are saying that, oh, it's dying because, oh, the meta's stale. It always happens. Players have always been saying the Yu-Gi-Oh game's been dying since day one, and honestly, if it hasn't died by their standards, it's not gonna die for a while. Look at Magic the Gathering and Pokemon. They've been going on for a while. And by a while, I mean Magic the Gathering's going on 33, 34 years, Pokemon's going on 30 years, and Yu-Gi-Oh is going to go on to 30 years as well from the first page of the mangas. And it's crazy to think about that these games are one of the or all of the top contenders for the current card game climate. And a lot of games have been entering like Lorcana, One Piece, Digimon, and even Riftbound. And all of them have their own shared pool, but I don't know how any of those communities are going because, well, Lorcana, I really don't see much anymore. Elestrials is, I have no clue at all. One Piece sees play, and it's definitely doing well on the product points where a lot of players are excited for what's new coming. Pokemon is Pokemon. Honestly, it's just really good at doing what it does and just keeps the nostalgia flowing, which is honestly great in keeping players on their toes of what's going to be released. Magic the Gathering, standard is standard, but a lot of players are having fun with Commander, especially with all the new expansions. But hopefully, outside of that, Yu-Gi-Oh keeps going and keeps innovating what they do. I don't expect a new Master Rule update. I don't expect a new mechanic. All I just expect is new things to shake up the format, to change the game how it is. And honestly, being one of the more passionate people about Yu-Gi-Oh, I could definitely think that this game is going to last 50, 60 years or even longer. But anyways, I don't want to ramble on anymore because this video is longer than I expected that it would be. But I could definitely say 2026 is going to be a better year for Yu-Gi-Oh! And I want to hear all your guys' opinions on it, as honestly, this is just getting started, and we're going to see more things coming in the future. But anyways, I'll see you all in the next video, and goodbye. If you all enjoyed this video, hit that like button down below, and if you want to show support, please hit that subscribe button as well. And I do also have channel memberships, and if you want to support the channel more, it would be much appreciated. Thank you to FGH for supporting the channel, and I'll see you all in the next video.